PGA Tour of Australasia has made the journey to the mining town of Kalgoorlie in Western Australia. About a 7-hour drive to the northeast of Perth, Kalgoorlie has a golden history. Australia's biggest outback city was founded in 1893 after a lucky man called Paddy Hannon stumbled across 100 ounces of golden nuggets whilst changing his horse's shoes. The city of 30,000 people is the host for this week's event, the TX Civil and Logistics WA PGA Championship, and there's little doubt the stunning Kalgoorlie golf course will provide the perfect setting. The course was completed in 2010 under the watchful eye of its Kalgoorlie-born designer, Graham Marsh. With its red ochre earth and pristine green fairways, the 18-hole layout truly is a delight to the eye. Hello and welcome to PGA TV here at the picturesque Kalgoorlie Golf Course. My name is Alison Whitaker and you're watching Round 2 highlights from the TX Civil and Logistics WA PGA Championship. Yesterday, the score to beat came from Peter Wilson. It was an 8 under par 64 and it equalled the course record. Could he back it up today? Well, I'm not sure. Let's find out. What's that, Skip? Yeah, all right, mate. I'm getting there. Cue the highlights. Happy to say I'm joined in the commentary box by Matt Guyett. Matt, how was it out there today?
For me, very difficult, Ali. But no, it was beautiful. It was another gorgeous day in Kalgoorlie.
Absolutely. Well, that was Matty Giles just from over on the right on 18. He's playing alongside this fellow, Stephen Leaney, out there today.
What a cracking golf shot that is.
Not too shabby at all there. That's a tough hole location to get to, isn't it?
It is, certainly coming from the left where he was coming from as well, down the hill. So, you know, extremely difficult, and he's played a great shot.
Jared Felton, his approach, certainly a player to watch. Picked up his second title earlier this year. Just Mr. Leaney makes his way up to
Has he got
the
a walking
green
stick there? No, he's pushing his buggy, but he's doing a great job. As we see Matty Giles chipping here on the 18th.
Yeah, this is fourth shot. It's nice to have him in the commentary box last night. Could barely get the microphone off him, but he did end up going home and going out to play today. For birdie, Jared Felton. Massive 3-tiered green, the 18th.
Just sliding away. Unlucky. The greens have been sneaky quick for the last couple of days as well, so it's tough to get that speed right, and it's certainly something that the players are at the top of the leaderboard doing well, and those like myself down the bottom, not so well. But as we watch Matty Giles here try to clean up on the 18th.
And he does just that. So plenty of ways to play this final hole. This is their 9th hole, however. Little slider left here for Leaney for his par. No trouble.
Curls it in the edge. It's actually like a wave, that 18th green, isn't it? It's fantastic.
The 16th hole is a 379-metre par 4, and it's one of the prettiest tee shots on the golf course. As you can see, just that one bunker down on the right-hand side with a fairway that slopes from right to left, pushing the ball over towards the tree on the left-hand side. So right of centre, and you'll be straight in the middle. I'm up by the tree that's about 260 metres from the tee, so you need to get past this bad boy. A couple of people have already had some troubles with that, as you can see, but it's only a short shot into this green, around about 100 metres to the front. However, it's no piece of cake. This green is set up into 3 separate sections, one over on the right that's only about 14 paces deep, and one well defended on that back left section with all of those bunkers, and it's super shallow, so it's a tough shot. You need to be really accurate with your yardage if you want to be aggressive on the 16th. If Kalgoorlie had an amusement park, this green might be one of the features, and I've got to tell you, you almost have to play it as though it's 3 different holes. This section I've just walked across, it's pretty hard to get to, and then this valley area, which is a very attackable location. So even if you miss it left, it's going to bounce and trickle down towards this whole location. And then you go up this bad boy. As you can see, it's more than waist high. And I'm still trekking, and I've made it to the next base camp up here on the left-hand side, well defended by that bunker. And it will shoot forward a little bit once you hit the green as well. So It's a short par 4, but you have to be really careful with your wedge shots. This is the group currently on the 16th, and Max McArdle has left himself a little bit of work left for birdie.
Yeah, some of the locations of the pins, and you get yourself in the wrong spots, and it can be very, very difficult. This one has got some serious elevation change and break, so he'll be doing well to get this anywhere near sort of 2-3 feet from the hole. Straight from the horse's mouth. It was a fantastic putt. Anthony Houston from a different position up the ridge, and he's given that one a bit too much gas, so it's going to be a bit of a tough par save for Anthony. The severity of that slope there, Ali, is what makes putting up that slope so difficult, because he had the slope in the middle of his putt. Sometimes if the slope's right at the beginning or late in the putt, it can be a bit easier, but when it's in the middle, it's very difficult to judge the speed, and judging from his reaction, not too happy with it. Rory Burke for his birdie after a nice approach shot, and that drops. Rory's really making a move up the leaderboard today, the Victorian. Oh, he's loving it. Giving a point down the camera lens as Anthony tries to save his par, but he was up and out of that very, very quickly. You're certainly going to know how Anthony feels about this bogey as well. Look at that. He's a very emotive player on the golf course. I was up in China just recently with Max, and he struggled in Korea, and he struggled that first day, but he really found something with his game in the second day, and it's good to see him playing well again. He's been having some difficulties, but he really found something in the second round, he told me, and he was really looking forward to getting back and playing this week. Yeah, 26th on the order of merit last year, but his best finish so far in 2017 with a 6th place at the Victorian Open down in Torquay in Victoria. A little bit different out here in Kalgoorlie, however. Plenty of sand, but it's a different colour. I think it's dirt.
Hi there, I'm Steve Jeffrey from Southport.
I'm Matt Griffin from Victoria Golf Club, and I hope you're enjoying
PGA TV.
Yeah, it's the back line I'm worried about.
Won't worry about my back.
So how are those pro lessons going?
Well, let's see.
Well played.
Thanks, mate.
Found it. Looks like a bit of a tricky shot you got there, mate.
So on 18th, you had a
Bogey. And what did you have?
par.
Back to back. Nice work.
One day maybe I'd like to be a professional golfer. So when I'm older, I'd like a house on the golf course. It'd be fun. I could just walk and play and then just go back home, relax and then go again.
This week here in Kalgoorlie is all about inclusion, and there are a number of activities supporting that motion throughout the event. Empower Golf runs clinics and coaching across Australia to support disabled individuals wanting to improve their golf. And yesterday, they were out in full force working on the driving range. Some were already golfers and others just trying the sport out for the first time. The initiative runs directly in line with that of ISPS Honda, the title sponsor of the PGA Tour of Australasia. There were plenty of laughs out there, and I think it's pretty safe to say that a good time was had by all. Oh, it's all good fun. You're watching Day 2 here at the TX Civil and Logistics WA PGA Championship. Joined in the commentary box with Matt Guyett as we head out to the 14th hole. Pretty lengthy par 4 this one, Matt.
Yeah, one of the most difficult golf holes on the course, without question. And certainly, as a professional or an amateur playing this week, you're looking to make fours on this hole. Anything less than 4 is an absolute bonus. But if you could make 4 fours here, you're picking up shots on the field.
Yeah,
no
Jack
question.
Munro, a little bit of work left to do for his 4, and playing alongside young Hyun Kim. Shot 78 yesterday. He's from South Korea, and he also has a little bit of work left to do for his 4. Will he take the high route or the low route?
It's a great recovery shot there from down in the swale, up over a hump, and then a tier as well in the green. So fantastic weight on that chip shot, and gives him a really good chance to make his 4.
Yeah, pretty handy pitch. We've seen a few people do it not so well yesterday. Can Kim save his par? Sadly, the answer is no.
He won't be the only player making 5 there, though, this week. That's for sure. That's one of the good 4s that we've seen, though, however. And as I said earlier, you're making 4s on this hole. You're picking up shots on the field on 14.
Playing in the group behind, this is Darren Beck pulling out a hybrid or a fairway medal from down in the swale.
Looks like the 3 wood, doesn't it?
It looked a little bit more. It's rolling.
The fairways are so tight out there, Ali, around the greens that it has become a really popular option for a lot of guys to either be putting from down there or using a hybrid or a fairway medal.
Yeah, amateur here from Western Australia, played in the state squad and the state team. Kieran Day, a lengthy birdie chance for him, and a little bit of yardage left for that 4.
Little chicken left on the bone, perhaps, Ali.
Damien Jordan, our first look at him today, the Victorian PGA champion from earlier this year. This for his birdie.
Oh.
No.
What a great putt. Just ran out of speed a fraction and certainly fell off the hole a little bit right at the end. Lovely pink trims though, Damien.
He's thought long and hard about that outfit. Surprised he didn't save it for Sunday for the potential trophy shot. Darren Beck cleaning up for his par.
You can see the wind whipping his shirt there in the shots. Fantastic shots here. Unfortunately, not able to save his par, and he joins the group of players making 5 here at the 14th.
Kieran Day, we'll call it about 6 or 7 feet left for his par, but Damien Jordan ended up with a 69 today. We caught up with him after his round. Damien, pretty solid start. 2 back-to-back 69s out there for you today. You said you had a lot of chances, couldn't get the putts to drop, however.
Yeah, I just can't sink a putt on the back 9. They just keep lipping out, and there was one on camera today, so hopefully the weekend I can sink a few.
Yeah, it's kind of key to it. A lot of talk today about some tricky pin positions, obviously with the wind getting up in the weekend. Will you change your strategy at all going into the last 2 days?
No, I definitely won't change my strategy, but yeah, like you said, this is the toughest I've seen the course set up for 2 days with some of those pins. and especially with the wind getting up, it's definitely getting a lot more challenging out there.
You're staying with a mate this week, a billet, but he was on the bag. Did you get a little bit of local knowledge from him, perhaps?
Yeah, Brendan gave me a lot this week, especially reading the greens. They're a lot fairer and faster than they were last year, so I'm just trying to make the most of the local knowledge and use it to good advantage.
Now, the last time we caught up with you, you had left home 2 days after your baby boy had been born. Talk us through what's happened between them. Were you in the good books with the wife, or the win obviously made up for something?
Yeah, I'm definitely in the good books. Brady's going good. He's massive now, so just turned 4 months and everything's good at home, and I'm just trying to keep it that way.
All right, well, good job in the first 2 rounds and keep up the good work.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
I have to say my heart melted when I saw this picture of wife Amber and baby Brody in the Jack Harris Trophy.
Hi, I'm Peter Lunnard.
I'm Aaron Townsend.
I'm Dave Branston. I'm from Sale Golf Club and you're watching PGA TV.
My name's Isaac Riches. One day I'm playing golf all around the world, just like Jason Day.
Thanks for joining us here in Kalgoorlie for all of the action of round 2. Plenty of crowds out there, including a couple of kangaroos out there today. But the golf has been pretty hot so far. And this is the man that has been leading the charge. Peter Wilson, this is his second shot into 15. Where's that ball ended up?
With a fair bit of real estate left. That's where it is. But look, he's obviously putting exceptionally well. And knowing Peter as well as I do, he is a great putter and he rolls the ball almost as good as anyone on tour. So I'm sure he'll have no issues from down there. We look at Ben Clemenson by the look of it.
Certainly
coming
is.
From the red dirt.
Tough shot. Anything that's not a full shot around the dusty wastelands is tricky to get clean and right on cue. Sorry, Ben. I think I jinxed you.
Oh, look, it's so difficult out of the red dirt because some of it's firm and the ball will fly like that, and then you'll get another section where it's actually soft and it plays like a bunker. So it's very difficult to judge as we look at Peter Wilson with this long putt up the hill.
Almost had to get a yardage on this one. A bit of a slope change there midway, and that needs to settle. That round of 64 yesterday really was something special, equaling the course record. Outside chance at par here for Ben. No, Clemenson will have at least a bogey. Jordan Mullaney from off the fringe here. This is an outside birdie chance. Down the slope.
Yeah. Oh, rattles in the back of the cup. I'm not sure that actually would have stayed up on the top tier, but it's in the bottom now, and I guess that's all that matters.
Certainly good for the putting stats. Speaking of which, try and keep that 3-putt off the card, Peter Wilson.
And for all those watching at home, you see the line of the shaft there up into the forearms, just making a beautiful picture of one line, and that's what we're looking for with putting, to get that nice line of shaft into forearm, and you're going to putt really well.
Clemenson to tidy up for his bogey. Let's hear from Peter Wilson. Peter, a bit of a different day for you out there today, but still pretty solid, 1 under par. Talk us through how you back up a day like yesterday.
I just tried to do the same thing, but my speed on my putting wasn't quite the same. Just didn't really. I had teed to green, I played the same, but just didn't hold the putts I did yesterday.
Would you say conditions were similar out there this morning? Obviously, a little bit cooler when you teed off, perhaps?
Yeah, it was cold. It wasn't going very far, the ball. And then it got windy in the middle of the round and then died out at the end. So it was a bit of everything today.
The talk of the town has been the pin positions in round 2. Your thoughts on those, perhaps?
I think they're blind. But anyway, round 1 and 2, that's the hardest pins I've seen, actually. So I think they've done all the tough pins the first 2 days. I think the wind's coming up on the weekend, so hopefully we get some easy pins, it'll be nice.
Yeah, we definitely think it's a strategic play so that scores can be scoreable on the weekend, perhaps. Talk us through a little bit last night, what you did after your round. Obviously, a quick turnaround for you.
Didn't do it. We just had dinner at home. We're staying with a billet. She's awesome cook, so we had a good meal and then watched a bit of the European tour on the Foxtel, and that was it, really. So early night.
It's one of the cool things about this tour, isn't it, that you get to connect with the locals. What's your thoughts on Kalgoorlie as a town? It's obviously a pretty interesting place.
Yeah, no, it's really, the locals are great. Like, you have to kind of get billeted at these smaller events because it's very hard to make any money. So if you're paying for ACOM and travel, it's really hard. You have to finish top 10 to cover your expenses, so it's quite tough. So with the members hosting us, it saves us heaps. So.
Well, you certainly covered your costs back in 2012. Perhaps you'll do the same again this week. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Hole 8 is absolutely stunning, 202 metres long, the par 3 with the pin over in the back left corner today, so that's pretty hard to get to. There's a huge drop-off in the front right section down towards the waist area as well, so ideally hit for the middle of the green and then putt towards the pin. Brady Watt has found himself in a spot of bother here on the 8th hole. Not quite sure which angle he's coming at this pin from.
Looks like he's left of the flag and perhaps a little long.
And still a little bit
left of the flag and
left of the flag and a little bit long. That's Josh Younger, the playing partner. He's been one to watch so far today. High and soft.
He was definitely long of the flag there and coming back into the breeze, which helped him a little bit to keep that ball from trucking on down the green. As we watch Josh Younger here, one of the many players rocking the visors this week in Kalgoorlie.
It's the only thing to do in the desert, really, isn't it? This is a great birdie chance. He's played this hole pretty much to perfection so far. Can he cap it off with a 2? Not from the look of that putt. He finished 8th here last year. Had a nice solid opening round of 70 yesterday. But perhaps a little bit of an opportunity missed there.
Yeah, definitely. And that was a tough back left flag location, almost a Sunday pin, if you like. Very difficult to get in there, although the wind was off the right, helping you to sweep the ball in from the centre of the green as we look at Corey Crawford here.
As I said, Younger played the perfect shot off the tee. Oh, Corey was inside him. That was for birdie.
Deep, a little moment with himself
breath,
there, didn't he?
A deep breath there, Corey.
Coming off a win only a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
fantastic win for the young man. A good young guy.
Papua New Guinea. He went 4 missed cuts, a 41st and a win. That's his year so far.
I know that feeling very, very well. When I won in 2011, same story.
Hi, I'm Damien Jordan from Coolangatta Tweedheads and you're watching PGA TV.
I like playing golf with my dad because sometimes he hits it in the water. And once when he hit it, there was a rock in the river and then the ball hit the rock and then the rock bounced the ball over the water so it didn't go in, so it went in on the green. He was very lucky and he got a double bogey.
Thanks for joining us here at the Kalgoorlie Golf Course. You're watching round 2 highlights from the TX Civil and Logistics WA PGA Championship. It's been a bit of an interesting day so far. It seems as though the leaders have dropped back and a couple of those from the chasing pack have caught up. So moving day on day 2 perhaps.
As we watch our South African visitor Bosch off for par, just missing on the right-hand side.
Daniel McGraw would have got a pretty decent read from that putt as well. He's on a similar line. He's right on the cut line as well, is McGraw. Could use a few of these birdie putts to drop, but it's not to beat. So a par for McGraw on 11. The 9th tee, it's a long par 4, and it's the 18th hole for the members here in regulation play. We have switched the 9s, but one thing I want to point out to you is how cheeky Graham Marsh has been on this hole, because you can see this tee lines you up straight down towards those right bunkers, so important to take a little bit of care with your alignment off the tee. And then once you move down towards the fairway, 3 bunkers that really come into play off the drive. 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and 1 in the middle. So a 236 carry over that one in the centre, and you'll be fine. This white dot is 105 to the front of the green. So if you found this point, you've hit a pretty nice drive into what is one of the most approachable greens on the golf course. Not too much slope. That bunker on the right is still pretty friendly by Graham Marsh standards. So important to just keep yourself below the hole if possible to set up your birdie putt. This green is 39 metres long, and when you think about it, that's about a 3 to 4 club difference between your approach shots. So again, taking advantage off the fairway is going to be key in getting that yardage right even more so. Once you get up onto the green, you can see a little bit of a slope here on the left-hand side, but pretty flat over towards that section of the green. So we're going to see a lot of birdies made from over there. And right on cue, we're headed out to the 9th hole. This is Alex Edge. He shot 72 yesterday. Birdie chance here from across the green. Did everything but drop.
Very likeable character from New South Wales. Managed to have a game with him earlier in the New Zealand PGA earlier in the year, and a really good guy. And my roommate from the New Zealand Open, Daniel Nisbet, here putting for birdie as well. On the 9th, great shot in. And he makes it. It's a beautiful 3 there. It's probably a little bonus birdie there on the 9th.
Really was played to perfection. leaving himself a putt back up the hill. And in the group behind them, Lee McKechnie, he's putting a round together. This is his second shot. It's going to be a bit of a slippery putt, however, down the slope. Sam Daly, the 23-year-old from Queensland, really needs a good day, and that's certainly going to help. 75 for him yesterday.
As we look at Jamie Hook coming up and over with his third shot. Is he going to go up in the air or bump and run up the bank here? Looks like a combination of both, actually. Flew it over the sprinkler head, popped it on the edge, ran it up, and he should be a regulation par as we look at Lee McKechnie. I was talking to Lee on the putting green before round one, and he said he's been really playing nicely in the series of WA Pro-Ams as he runs this one down. Right. A very slippery putt, as you said, Ali. That's one of the quicker putts on the course. And a great first putt down there.
It is nice to see Lee back in the mix. Just a mere 2 feet left for his par, and that drops.
Work done for the putter for that hole for Lee as he slides it back into the bag, and we pick up Sam Daly here with a birdie putt. It's a really great angle to come at this pin location up the hill, giving him a really good chance to have a decent wrap at the hole. Just breaking to the left. Unfortunate. A solid 4, however.
Just 9 holes left to try and make the weekend. He's going to have to make the most of them, Sam.
As we look at Jamie trying to save his par after a beautiful little chip shot from down in the valley to the right of the green, and he makes no mistake.
Hi, I'm Anthony Quayle from Sanctuary Cove on the Gold Coast. I hope you're enjoying watching PGA TV.
One day maybe I'd like to be a professional golfer. So when I'm older, I'd like a house on the golf course. It'd be fun. I could just walk and play and then just go back home, relax and then go again.
Isn't it great to see the next generation getting involved in golf? It is family day out here on the weekend at Kalgoorlie Golf Course. If you're in the area, why don't you pop on over as we take a look here at the 13th hole. It's a par 3, 192 metres long, and the pin today is tucked over around about the middle left. So bunker short, bunker long. Don't really want to be long left, but pin high right would be pretty good.
Pin high right would be superb actually on that location today. It was a tricky location with the wind off the right quite hard, and there's not a lot of green in that little section where the flag is, and you can see Mr. Long here, by the look of it, has gone a little bit long, and this is going to be very quick once it gets on the green.
A high and soft shot required. Oh, let's go check the line as it rolls out.
Ultimate professional there, wasn't he?
Always is. Stephen Dartnell got off to a red-hot start yesterday, the defending champion.
He rolls it in from downtown. Mr. Dartnell, if you don't mind.
Look out. Can Dan Lawson Can he match it?
Digger, as he's known. Good roll.
Grew up in Curlewis in Victoria, now resides up in the Gold Coast for the most of the year.
As we watch Michael here. I played with Michael actually a week or so ago in Korea in the final round, and he really rolled the ball really well, and I thought he was swinging as good as I've seen him swing it for a while.
Good memories of this event. Back in 2008, he hoisted up the trophy. That was at a different golf course, however, so a little bit of a different style out here in Kalgoorlie.
As we pan back to the tee, and you can see that location of the flag just tucked on the left-hand side right as we look at it, as we look back to the formidable figure of Ash Hall.
He's one of those players that really is turning his tournament around out there today. He shot 73 yesterday, and he's well under the card so far today to this point on 13.
Safely on the green on the front right section. He'll have a similar putt to what Steve Dartnell had just a moment ago.
Dimi Papadakis. Can he get it just a little bit closer? Winner earlier this year at the Victorian Open. Nice little two-shot win for him there. What an exciting event that was. And off the backboard, he's done his homework.
He's an exciting character, Dimmy, isn't he? Part of the bod squad.
Andrew Evans. We said pin high right would be nice. Dimmy is already there, Papadakis, but Ooh. That is a nasty bounce. I'm not sure who Andrew Evans
I actually think it was a
crossed.
Pretty good bounce. It's got him up onto the top level, the same level as a pin, a much easier putt than had it just propped on the front edge of the green there. As we look at Ash Hall wearing the same colour pants as the Subaru flags on this hole-in-one Subaru hole. And a great putt. It's all you're wanting to do really when you have these long putts up tiers around Kalgoorlie is just to roll it next to the hole and tap it and move to the next as we watch Andrew Evans just miss low side. Great speed though.
So true. All you really want to do is get on the right section so that you don't have those need to waist high tiers to contend with in between you and the flag.
It's a sort of golf course if you're playing really well and you're getting your golf ball in the same section of the green where the pin is, you can really make some birdies out there. And not unlike the Australian Golf Club, I think, in that the greens have lots of different sections, and if you're in the right section, well, you're not putting from that far. As we look at young Dimmy here for birdie. Oh, the leg wand. Hey, one leg swaying away to the side, just managed to eke the ball into the hole.
Whatever works.
It's a great two there today.
Meanwhile, Ash Hall, he has this to finish out for his par. Said he's staying in a pub this week. Good fun here in Kalgoorlie. Another pretty long par 4, the fifth tee. It's important to thread the needle because there's a bunker over on that left-hand side that will come into play with anything that's low and left. Another one down on the right, but that's not so much in play. So not a huge fairway, not a great big landing spot. Important to find the short stuff. This is the landing area around about 260 to 270 off the tee, and it really does bottleneck in where this right-hand bunker comes into play. But then the approach shot back towards one of the best green complexes on the golf course. And you can see bunkers over on the right, bunkers on the left, and so much slope on the green. You really just want to find a flat putt to give yourself a chance at birdie. The fifth green itself is 30 metres long, but the main feature here is actually this valley that I'm walking through, which separates the right and the left-hand side of the green. So if there is a back pin, you've got a choice to make. Do you go for it and potentially bring that back edge into play, or do you just hit a nice little soft butter fade perhaps to here and then just try and putt up this slope? I don't know, it's their choice. We're back on the fifth hole with a familiar group, Matt. This is your 3-ball out there today. Can't wait to see some of your highlights as we see Steger there That was
going
his
long
second
and
shot.
left into the bunker. This guy's got some style, hasn't he? Unfortunately, this was all over the flag. I watched this one down thinking great news, but no, straight over the flag into the valley of sin.
Yep, sack the caddy. But wait, you didn't have a caddy, so that's your fault. Jose De Souza, his second.
A young 16-year-old from Perth. He's got a lot of game. He's a little rough around the edges, but he really bounced back today and played some good golf. And I think he really enjoyed the experience of probably watching Matt play, not me so much, but Matt was playing exceptional golf over the couple of days. And this guy's got a lot of positives about his game. He's got some long levers. His legs are twice as long as Matty Steger's legs, and I made that comment on course with the group. But he's got some real potential, this young guy, and only 16 years of age and joining that group of fantastic amateurs from Western Australia.
Now, Matt Steger was in the bunker for his third shot, and he splashed the ball out to here. So this is actually a par putt. Would have got a decent read off De Souza. Needs it for his 4, but doesn't get it.
He putted really well, though, for 2 days, and his flat stick has saved him a lot of shots. So he can't be too disappointed with how it's gone, because it's been working overtime, unlike mine. Mine was rotten for 2 days.
I think you're working overtime, but it's mainly in the commentary box. So look at this.
Look,
a little bit flippant with this one, Matt.
No, look, I knew I was going to make this one coming back. I saw the line on the way past, and bang, straight in, Ali.
That's confidence with a capital K. Now, what can Joe, as you called him, what can he do? He can make par out on the 5th hole. And hasn't it been just a stunning week here in Kalgoorlie so far? So many beautiful vistas to catch the sunset from. And I've got to say, this place glows around 6 o'clock every night. The Kangaroos love it, and we're happy to call it home as well this week. So this is the state of play at the end of round 2. Peter Wilson has clung on to a 1-shot lead, and Rory Burke and Lee McKechnie certainly chasing him down today. 2 pretty solid rounds of 68 for them. And then not to mention Ashley Hall and also Christopher Wood would be a shame, because the 66ers were the 2 best rounds of the day today. Many thanks go to Matt Guy for all of his insights here in the commentary booth. Now, just in case you thought all of the golf was done, these people are from Margaret River, and they're doing a little thing called the Nullarbor Links, which is the longest golf course in the world. The tournament has allowed them to come out and finish their round, which they started in Ceduna in South Australia, which is 1,365 kilometres away. It is a massive bucket list accomplishment from them, and they can go into the town hall and pick up their certificate. Something pretty special. Thanks for joining us today on PGA TV. Join us again tomorrow for round 3 highlights. I know that Skippy enjoyed it. We hope you did too at home. Stick around for the weekend. It's going to be a good one here at the TX Civil and Logistics WA PGA Championship.